Hi there everybody, this is MAW0001 again. 2 days, twice in one day even. Last time I did a review on the DC Comics. This time I'm just showing you my haul that I had sent to me recently of comics that I won off eBay. And this is off of one person I've won these comics. All these comics are as close to near mint as I can see. We'll start off with Daredevil number 223. It's a Secret Wars tie-in. It's a great little story about Daredevil, well basically the Beyonder from the Secret Wars miniseries and that. He gives the Daredevil back his sight, and it's the story of the Daredevil, or Matt Murdock, finding out what it's like to have sight again and all the things that he's missed. And there's some funny parts in there, there's some poignant parts in there, and I'll leave the ending for you to find out if you haven't already got it. It's a pretty good story. Next up, we have, sorry about this, talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Next up we have Marvel Fanfare number 56 with a gorgeous painted cover of Shana the She-Devil. I basically got that for the cover. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got another couple of those Marvel Fanfare comics with Shana covers and that, all painted. Absolutely amazing artist. Unfortunately I don't know who the artist is, but I'm sure I'll probably be able to find out. But yeah, just got it for the cover really. The story's not too bad inside. It's a story drawn by Carlos Esquires. Now these next four, I just picked them up because I don't have many Generation X comics, and the covers look pretty interesting, and as well as that they only cost me £1 for 4, so yeah, you can't complain about that. We have Generation X 42, Generation X 43, and 44 with Chamber and Husk on the front of it, and 45 with Emma Frost, the White Queen. Like I said, I just picked them up because I haven't got many Generation X comics. I think I've got number 1, which was the chromium wraparound cover, and I think I may have a Generation X special somewhere, but I thought I'd pick these up and have a look. I haven't actually had a chance to read these comics yet because I was too busy reading the DC ones, and I wish I'd actually read these ones before I read the DC ones if you saw my last video. Another set of comics that I got quite cheaply was the Exterminators, or X-Terminators miniseries, which is a 4-issue miniseries. It was crossover with Inferno. I don't really know that much about Marvel Comics, to tell you the truth. When I first started reading comics, I read the British reprints of Marvel Comics. When I started buying the American original comics, I was basically a DC man. Now I buy near enough anything, and my back issues, my Marvel back catalogue is getting larger by the day. This is Exterminators number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. They look quite interesting, and again, it was a complete mini-series, really cheap off eBay. I thought, what the heck, go for it. Following on the vein of X-Men comics, I have X-Patrol, which is actually an amalgam comic, if anybody out there remembers this. It was a 12 issue series of comics that was produced by Marvel and DC, which basically mashed together superheroes from both universes. So you had Wolverine and Batman, which was Dark Claw, Superman and Captain America, Super Patriot, Superboy and Spider-Man, Spider-Boy. If I remember correctly, this is from the first series of Amalgam comics that they did. I used to have all of them. Unfortunately, around about 95, 96, I had what I call the Great Purge, which was where I had too many comics and I had to get rid of some of them. It was really bad because the comics I got rid of were Alan Moore Swamp Thing comics, other comics like Amalgam, and there was just so many that I got rid of. I'm slowly starting to get them back now. I've nearly got a complete set of Alan Moore Swamp Thing comics again. I've nearly got a complete set of Watchmen comics again, which for some unknown reason I decided, oh, I can get them again, no problem. All I can say in my defence was I was young, I didn't know what I was doing. Possibly drunk as well, I don't know. But I'm slowly getting back the Amalgam comics again. And this one mixes, if I remember correctly, X-Force and Doom Patrol quite well, in fact. We have another set of 4 comics coming up, which comes in the guise of West Coast Avengers. And again, all 4 of these comics were quite cheap. This is number 46. I think this is the first appearance of the Great Lake Avengers, which is a group of heroes that I find quite funny. I got the mini-series that was brought out by Marvel a few years ago. I've also got the Deadpool Great Lake Avengers one-shot, which is hilarious, especially when you find out that Deadpool is a chubby chaser. Yep. Here we go. Sorry. There's just words I never thought I'd actually say on film. Deadpool and chubby chaser. Number 47. Really beautiful cover with the Vision and Scarlet Witch. Number 48, which I believe, by the looks of it, no, I thought it was a John Bolton cover, but I don't think it is. No, I can't think who that is now. We've got on the cover of that one. And number 49. All in, near enough, perfect mint condition, just like all these comics are. Next we have another Marvel fanfare, number 54. This has got the last part of a Black Knight tale, which is When Knights Were Bold, an epic of the Crusade. This one come in a double pack with the previous Marvel fanfare, so I thought I get one comic that I really want because of the cover, and I get this comic. This, you know, as far as I'm concerned, if I read it and I enjoy it, no problem. If I don't enjoy it, I've not lost out anything because I've got the comic that I wanted. And next we have Impossible Man, Summer Vacation Special Spectacular, number 2. I do have number 1. I thought it was brilliant, so I decided to get number 2. And again, I haven't read it yet. I will be reading it. I'm not one of those people that just buys comics and then backs and boards them and chucks them in a box somewhere and leaves them for 20 years, hoping that they might make some money on it. I don't know, the Impossible Man is... I see the Impossible Man as the Marvel version of Ambush Bug, and I love Ambush Bug. One of the greatest characters created in 1984, if I remember correctly. Next up, we have Heroes Reborn, Young Allies #1, and this is all part of bringing back Captain America, the Hulk, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers back to the proper Marvel universe, not that terrible Marvel universe that was created by Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee, and various other people that basically should never have been given a chance to do it. In my opinion. Other people might say differently. That's completely up to them. If they enjoyed it, I'm happy for them. So we have Rebel #1. I've already got Rebel, this one, but it's not in very good condition. The cover was coming off, so I saw this. It's 99p, I think, or 50. No, in fact, 49p. This cost me. So I thought, that ain't gonna break the bank. I'll get it. And also we have Heroes Reborn Doomsday #1. There was another 2 or 3 issues. You'll have to excuse me because I can't remember what the titles of those ones were, but I do have them, so I think I have a complete set of these Heroes Reborn one-shots. And if I recall, they all followed on from each other until I believe this is the last one. Next up we have Captain America #308, which is another Secret Wars 2 crossover. First appearance of the Armadillo. I'm looking to get Secret Wars crossovers. I've got most of the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover issues. Haven't got all of the Marvel Superhero Secret Wars issues, but I have read it. I got it in a reprint, which was a weekly British reprint with the same title. Same with Secret Wars 2. I've already read this story as a reprint, which was also released as Secret Wars 2, and from what I remember, it's a pretty good story. It's about a supervillain who is an reluctant supervillain with the Armadillo, and again, didn't cost me the earth, so I thought I'd pick it up. Another 2 here, Avengers 272. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy here, I'm pointing to here, is he one of the ones that in the new crossover that Marvel are doing, Fear Itself, is he one of the ones that is one of the worthy? I think he is. So, again, it was a cheap couple of old Avengers comics. This one's 273, which has got the 25th anniversary border around it, which quite a few comics had in that year. I'm possibly thinking of collecting them as well. I've got a few of them. I know there's quite a few that are quite hard to get hold of. I'm not quite sure what those ones are, but I'm looking to collect the 25th anniversary border covers as well. And next up we have Speedball #1 with a brilliant Ditka cover. Cost me 50p off of eBay. Sort of modern Ditko cover, and if I remember correctly, it also had Steve Ditko art inside as well. Win-win, cheap, and Steve Ditko drew it, so can't be bad. And next up is Eternal Warrior #1. Now I'm not too sure. I think this is either, like I said, I haven't read any of these comics. This is either a Frank Miller cover or a Bart Sears cover. I'll have to look up that one. But Valiant was one of those comic book companies that I never really read because all I was reading was DC Comics. Sorry. Yeah, Valiant was one of those ones that I never really bought because I bought DC, so I've decided to get some Valiant comics now. Next up, we have Archer and Armstrong, number 0, which I've just dropped. And this definitely is a Frank Miller cover, number 1. And from Valiant as well, we also have Bloodshot number 0, which is a chromium cover. And I always thought chromium covers were really good. I really liked them. Some people thought they were just too gimmicky. This was a wraparound chromium cover. And I believe Valiant and Marvel were the only 2 comic companies that did chromium covers. I don't think DC did any. Again, if you know differently, please feel free to comment underneath and let me know, because if DC have done some chromium covers, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on some. And next we have a favourite of mine, Bartman number 1. I'm not too sure if this is the very first Bongo comic that was ever printed, or whether there was another Bartman one-shot that was made by him, but as you can see, it's got a silver foil on it. Perfect condition, near mint, still got the free poster inside. A brilliant bit of Simpsons collection, and I love the Simpsons. I don't care what anybody says, I still laugh at it. Finally, if I get these out of the way without damaging anything, we have a little bit of a coup for me. Oh, no, sorry, not finally. 2 more quickly. Tales to Astonish number 1, which was a special that was made along with Strange Tales number 1, and I believe Tales of Suspense number 1 as well. I've already got Tales of Suspense number 1. These were the only 2 that I missed out of the 3 miniseries that they made, Marvel made. And they're just beautiful covers, beautiful painted covers. A lithograph on the front of it, which has got the Strange Tales and the title on it, and underneath is the painted cover on a cardstock piece of paper, piece of card. Absolutely gorgeous. Hulk, Wasp, Hank Pym, and the Thing, Doctor Strange, and the Human Torch. Now, finally, we get to the coup that I had. Don't know if anybody remembers a comic called Major Bummer. Now, a lot of English people might laugh when I say that name. I think I've seen Dark Horse Comics have brought out a trade paperback, a volume 1 trade paperback of this. And it's one of those ones where I saw it and thought, didn't look like it interested me. But after I've read some reviews on it recently, I thought, oh, I'll give it a go, I'll see if I can find it. And it's really hard to get hold of. The actual comics are really difficult to get hold of. And I managed to get the first 8 issues for less than a £5. And this is issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and they go on consecutively. I won't keep on saying the numbers. And we're getting closer to the end. Number 8. Still got to get the rest of them. I think there's 15 to go. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And once I read them, I'll let you know what I thought of them. Please comment. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Goodbye.